everybody, welcome back to Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 7, Episode 3. So we continue back at Trick Daddy's house, and Joy is upset. Her sister came through. She did not want to see her sister, and she's just going to move out in this moment. And yes, Trick is like, get this daggone cat. And I mean, you know, Joy is for the best. She shouldn't have moved back in the first place, but hey, you did what you had to do. Now, as Joy busts in his bedroom and he's trying to act like he don't want to listen, Trick, some of this is your fault. You shouldn't have been sleeping with two sisters. You should have just picked one and left the other one alone. But you didn't. You married the other one over, you married the other one over each other, and now you got this problem. Keep talking about you at peace. You're not at peace. You're just not trying to deal with the situation at hand, and now you have this problem in your peaceful home. Now, I can understand Joy being upset, because if you don't F with your sister, why would she end up here? Part of me thinks it's Trick, and part of me thinks it's production at the same time. But anywho, Joy, sweetie, come on now. If your sister said you was in her ear saying don't be with that man, come on. I need to know the real story. Who was messing with who first, and who knew about it? Both you two women are too old to still be mad that y'all done slept with the same ugly man. Now, of course, the argument continues, and, I would never do this to you, blah, 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 and Trick just doesn't want to hear it. He wants some peace in his life, so he says, but you can't have peace if you haven't addressed the issues that you caused. But anywho, Joy gets mad. Trick says, you're not the first two sisters I've ever messed with. Of course, that prompts Joy to toss water on Trick, and she, storms off, and now Trick wants her out of the house. And a very pissed off Trick had to call Trina, because he's about to blow up at Joy. So after that scene, we see Michael Blackson. He's currently looking for a new home for him and Rada. We see Michael Blackson pull up, and he's meeting one of his friends to go possibly look at a Miami apartment with a gorgeous view, by the way, just so he can, house his family after Rada has the baby. So while Michael Blackson is viewing his new possible apartment and talking to his friend at the same time, of course he gets a phone call. He gets a phone call from his side chick, / baby mama, that he decided that he's going to have another kid on Rada, even though that wasn't a part of their plan. I don't know what the appeal is, other than the fact that Michael Blackson has money and he's, kind of funny. But what is the point of you being a glorified side chick to this man? Like, what is the point? You can't find no other man with money out there. You got to find someone else's man. Even though they have this agreement with Rada, and I know it tears Rada up, because I'm pretty sure Rada just sticks with him only. She doesn't even have her own side fund. But what is the point of these women fawning over these dudes like that? But I guess I'll never know, because if they like it, I love it. Now, after we see Michael Blackson in his, possible new spot, we head on over to, we see Miami Tip and her man having a little bit too much fun in that pool. And while the two are having fun in that pool, of course, Miami Tip discusses with her man, what's been going on between her and Amada. And Miami, I really don't see the point. If that's what she wants to do, if her man is for hire, if that man has a whole wife and Amada just wants to be a part of it, if Amada wants to be in that mess, stay out of it. Let Amada have it. We already know Amada is going to, when she doesn't get her way, she's going to cry about it. She's going to act like she had nothing to do with it. And we all know. We all see what's going on. And if that's the man that she wants to, let Amada have it. And then from here, we learned that Miami Tip did contact the wife, and they are set to have a meeting to talk and discuss what Amada's real role is in that relationship. So in this next scene, we arrive to Joy in her hotel with Trina, and I guess Hot Topic is on the way. And of course, with Trina being there, she want to know why I'm out my bed, because why she not next to her husband? That's what she want to be. She want to be up under her husband and not in Joy and Trick crazy mess. However, Joy discusses what happened, the argument they had, and what made her blow up on Trick and throw the water on him. And then during that discussion, Hot Topic comes up, and of course, I want to know, why is Hot Topic always in somebody's mess? Why is Hot Topic not just minding her business? So somebody just always randomly hitting you up when they want to know some stuff? But as the discussion continues, the ladies sit around because they are still waiting for Hot Topic to get there. They want to get down to the bottom of it. Why out of all people did Samantha reach out to Hot Topic just to reach out to Trick and reach out to Joy? And I can't agree with Trina. We don't have no relationship. We're not going to have a relationship. You guys were messing around while we were together, while Trick and Joy was together. And I still want to know the date time and the dynamics of that, because I want to know who was messing with Trick first and when did it overlap between the other sister. Even in this moment, I gotta love Trina, because I'm irritated. And as soon as I'm opening the door, I'm cussing you out. Because yes, Hot Topic, why do you got all this craziness going on between Trick and Joy? And of course, Hot Topic's acting like she don't know what's going on. Girl, yes you do. But as the ladies get in, they greet Hot Topic, with a dry hay. But they do sit down and they start to discuss what happened, how did everything just evolve into the mess that it is now. Trina tells her side of what's going on, how she was in the bed, and then Hot Topic explains how Samantha inboxed her to try to talk to Trick, then to try to reconnect with Joy. And I'm still confused as to why, of all people, it would be Hot Topic, because she can just, if she wanted to talk to Trick, she could have talked to some people in the family, or talk to some of Trick's friends, or talk to Trick directly. And then in the midst of Hot Topic revealing how all that got connected, she also reveals to Joy that even when Joy and Trick was married, Samantha still slept with the man. We all know what Samantha did. It was a get back, which of course that's going to set Joy off even more. Now, as we segue into another scene, we arrive with Sonya, newcomer to Love and Hip Hop Miami, and Amada, showing up at one of her sessions in the booth. Now, we all know with the last meetup, when we had Amada and Sonya in the same room, Amada was arguing with Miami Tip, and then it was during Sonya's performance, and then Amada even got up there selfishly and interrupted that girl's performance to try to apologize and call out people. That wasn't the time, Amada. It really wasn't. But Amada did come there to apologize, and we could see that Sonya wasn't really feeling her, because she was kind of confused, or just kind of looking like, girl, what you want? What you doing here? Don't mess up this session of I have, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, Amada apologized, and both of the ladies talk out their point of view of how they felt of that interaction. And during their discussion, Amada then points out how Miami Tip and her have this big issue, and when Miami Tip mentioned her kid, then that's when Amada got a bit rowdy and started throwing drinks, and then it just got kind of volatile after that point. Now, Sonya did accept the apology, but Sonya did say, you know what, I do need to do over from that night. So it looks like Amada and Sonya may try to collab with each other. I hope they actually do, because they're both very talented, and the song might just be fire. But we'll see how it actually goes. So after that discussion with the two ladies, we segue ourselves way back over to Arizona. That's where Rada is, and we see that's where Mike is going to end up, because the baby is going to come in a couple of days or in a couple of weeks. But we see Rada spending time with her family. She has a son, her mom. They're, spending time with her before the baby comes. Now, as they're spending time and talking about, Rada's heritage and, her upbringing, Michael Blackson calls. And she takes the call, and everybody, of course, disappears. And as Rada and Michael are discussing the future of the baby, the home, and, just all good things, of course, her friend Claudia comes by. Now, Claudia does come by, check on her friend, as friends should do, making sure that she's going good with the pregnancy. And so, of course, during Claudia's visit, of course, they're going to catch up. Of course, they're going to talk about Michael and how he's been acting. But, of course, Claudia came with some mess or some news, letting her friend know, as she should, hey, your man has not been too faithful, or, has been lying to you, because even though y'all have this agreement, I'm hearing, bits and pieces that he may have one of his side chicks pregnant. So, of course, this upsets Rada. She's going off. And, of course, Claudia's like, look, I give you real tea. I give you real information, because she used to be on her little journalist bag back in the day, and she's showing proof to Rada, like, yeah, your man has this other side chick pregnant, and he didn't tell you. He's lying to you. Now, as Rada and Claudia wrap that discussion up, we head ourselves back to Miami. And, of course, we're going to head back, and we're on Michael Blackson. And now where's this man headed to? Because he's talking about all this drama. But, hey, man, you're the one that caused this drama. And, of course, we see him pull up to Guy Yale, of all people. He pulls up to Guy Yale's restaurant. Because what? She's going to be the perfect side chick. And now I'm trying to figure out why Guy Yale, or, a.k.a. Heaven, is sitting up there trying to be somebody's side if she is such in good prosperity and enlightenment, and then try to change her name to Heaven. Lord, Gaio get on my nerves, but let's see how this turn out. So now we get to see Michael and Gaio interact with each other, and of course, I guess they're both liking what they see, and we all know Gaio love a rich man. But, you know, we flash back and see who Gayu was messing with, which was Shay's man, and then supposedly Amada's baby daddy. Gayu just a mess. She's still a mess. She ain't changed. You know what? This whole interaction is just uncomfortable. I do not want to see these two flirt. I don't even know why they put this on my screen. It was no need for them to have all this airtime just for us to watch them flirt, and we already know they finna shack, okay? I don't really care about this part. Now, in this next scene, we see Joy and Samantha about to meet up to talk about their differences, their issues, especially involving one main person, and that's Trick Daddy. So as Joy walks in to meet her sister Samantha, we see that the tension is high, and Joy only got one thing on her mind, and that was to get the actual proof, or the actual, get Samantha's confession that she indeed slept with Trick while they were married. Samantha starts to discuss how she started to date Trick first, and how Joy actually knew that they were dating. And even though Joy knew, Joy still turned around, married Trick, and Samantha just, put it to the side, was even in the wedding. And now Samantha claims that Joy is blaming her for something that she doesn't know what went on. And Samantha just wants a better understanding. So after Samantha explains herself, Joy then brings up the fact that she had found out that Samantha was still sleeping with Trick even after they were married. And Samantha's face was stuck because, how did she know that? Of course, this sparks an argument. Samantha is yelling she had him first. And Joy's like, that's wrong. You shouldn't have did that. And you know what? Samantha just throws it in. You know what? Yeah, I did sleep with him out of revenge. And then I sent him home to you. I'm not going to lie. Because in that moment, somebody would have said that to me. That would have pissed me off too. Because after that, you could have just kept him. So both the ladies continue to argue about how their dad wanted them to get back together. We're throwing shots. Used to be a stripper. Joy's like, girl, everybody knew I was a stripper. That ain't no news. And, it just gets worse because after a while, Joy just forgets it. She's done, and she throws the soda on her sister, to which her sister then retaliates and throws a drink on her. So then it gets even more weird because after the security guards had to break them up, Samantha then goes outside, and then she drops some more gems that may or may not be true, because now she's saying out loud, why did you want me to sleep with you and your husband? Of course, Joy's denying it. And both ladies are still arguing as security is trying to get them both to their car so they can drive off and there can be some type of peace. So after we don't get no resolution from that previous scene, we are now with Miami Tip, and she is waiting on her guest, which is Alan's wife, Amada's baby father. Once again, and I'm going to keep saying it, Miami, I don't know why you want to be in this woman's business so bad. I mean, you keep using the fact that, I want to bring my friend to the truth. She knows the truth. Amada knows what she's doing. So I don't understand why you keep trying to make her see the worth in herself. She don't see it. And sometimes you just got to let that go. Let Amada go through what she has to go through in order to get to a better person. So as Alan's wife shows up, the ladies do pleasant greetings and they get down to business. They sit down and they start to talk about Amada and Alan's situation. So as the conversation goes on, we are learning allegedly that Amada knew about the wife the entire time. She got pregnant to try to get Alan away. As we can see, that did not work. And we all know Alan's not leaving his wife. Alan's not about to do that. And, she also states that that's why we're in Miami, to celebrate our anniversary. We also learned that Amada has been doing everything in her power to try to get them away. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to know why Amada's doing it too. But like I keep telling Miami Tip, girl, if that's what Amada want to do, let her mess with her life like that. Let her ruin her own life. And now, even in this discussion, we are now learning that Amada sent over a contract for Alan to be a hired boyfriend, husband, baby father, whatever it is in that contract. And the wife has a contract, and Miami Tip saw it. Now, if all this is true, Amada, girl, you need to stop and go to somebody's therapy. Now, of course, they're going to cut this scene because, they got to add it to the next episode. So that's the end of this episode. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.